So I'm back with the second part of the video. You saw the first recorded with my wife's phone. Now I'm back with my phone, and I designed a new PCB with the NeoPixel car door light in mind, and I did use one of my other small PCBs that I had, but this one doesn't have any Bluetooth capability, which I wanted to add. So I have one in the car on the driver's door. This is for the passenger side, so I did never install it, and I did wait for these PCBs. So this is actually my first PCB with a dual footprint for the 328, the smaller one, and the 1284p, the larger one. So I can use this board with either a 328 if I think the memory space is enough, or with the 1284. And the blank space you see over here, actually I by mistake eliminated the solder mask as well, so technically I just need to eliminate any copper wiring for the Bluetooth antenna. So I will, on the next version I will fix that, but I mean it just looks different. So this PCB, obviously this is the front, and this is the back for the Bluetooth module I'm using, and this gets soldered over here like this. And here you have a programming port, which I only need once. And here over to the left you can see the board that is connected right now to 5 volt, and since I'm obviously having 12 volt in the car, I'm using these small DC-DC buck converters, and this one also has a pin out over here, and it goes like this. It gets soldered on here, so then this will work in the car with 12 volt. The 5 volt output goes directly to the NeoPixel, and the board itself has a 3.3 volt regulator because the 328 runs on 3.3 volts, as well as the Bluetooth module. So instead of level shifting, I'm just running him of 3.3 volts. So this is actually the small board. I think it was 17 by 34 millimeters, if I remember correctly. Yeah, somehow I always try to make it in a 2:1 ratio, so might come in handy if I have to remember the sizes. So this is it, and with the Bluetooth module I have the capability of uploading code wirelessly from my phone, as you saw in the first part of this video. I either put both videos together, which I think it's not gonna work because this one is recording in a higher resolution, so this is part 2. Please watch part 1 to see the actual uploading of the code wirelessly. So this is the PCB, and now I want to show you the board, what it does. So first, if I turn it on, it has the animation in the door. As you can see here, it does blink, and right now I have it on meter mode. Normally, if that would not be enabled, let me do this again. So once you open your door, it does go. I mean, this is just my version of the code. You can do whatever you like if you want to. I mean, you don't have to, but if you want to. So this is animation for the door. If the door will be on as long as the door is open, or if you have a timeout like I have in my car, it's like 10 minutes or something. If I leave the door open for longer than 10 minutes, it does turn off the interior lights. So this is the regular mode, And then I have the emergency light mode. Thank you, Alex, for the idea. I really did like it. So the connections are not really good on those. Now we have it. So now you have the whole strip light up in yellow slash orange. It's kind of in between. It's too dark for yellow and too dark for yellow and too bright for orange. So then you have that, and then if you want you can switch it to Woo meter mode. Right now you see nothing because there's no music, and I did find free music without any copyright of YouTube. This is it in case you want to know which video it is. And here you see the Woo meter. So obviously you could switch to emergency light mode. Let me stop the music. So this is again emergency light mode. So with this setup I have the option to upload code as I need, or use Bluetooth as a remote for the Woo meter and emergency light switching. Well, actually the emergency light switching will be automatic, and the Woo meter will be optional, if I say so. So I'm recording this during the day. Can you imagine? It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's I'm probably a little off with what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is my new board. I will put this up on Tindy. I actually just sold 2 of my other small boards, the Pico 328, and I will finish these today and ship them out tomorrow. So this is a Bluetooth version, which is about double the size. These are 18 by 18, so it's a little smaller than double. Anyway, this is it. Yes, something else I want to say. As you know, on my CAN gauge, on the H.E.D.S. CAN gauge, I have 2 sensors for back and forth in the screens, and I know some people mount it underneath the sun visor, and even for me, even though I have it right in front of my nose, it gets awkward to touch the sensors during driving. So then I figured I will make a remote for it, since the CAN gauge has also a Bluetooth module, and I will use serial connection from this Bluetooth to the other Bluetooth without pairing, without nothing, and then just be able to go back and forth in the screens. And I want to use, of course, this PCB because I have it already. So this will be in the car, so I will not put any battery or anything else on that. It will just be powered by 5 volt. And as buttons, I figured I either make another PCB the same size as this, then I could add actually LiPo battery charging on it, and put 2 touch sensors on there, and then put it in a nice enclosure, and then you could just touch and go back and forth. Or I could use the Cherry MX keys and make a small remote with those 2 buttons. I actually have a small enclosure. Let me show that to you. just as an example, because I found something better. So this would be like, obviously this is still too big, but just imagine having two buttons to go back and forth in the screens of the CAN gauge. For now it would be just that. I could probably add long touch recognition and then do something in the menu as well, maybe, I don't know yet. But this is obviously a little too big, and it would be too hard or not worth it really to drill big holes into this. I could just make an enclosure, 3D printed enclosure. I actually found a small device that you use to take apart these MX keys and the Gatron, yeah, I think Gatron is called. So you can take them apart, and it has a small aluminum enclosure with the lid that slides on off and has a magnet, so the lid won't come off. And I actually like that, but that's like $20 just for that. But of course its main function is to open these switches. But I might get it and put two switches in there from the other side, from the bottom actually, and then put my PCB in there and use that as a remote. So I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna use it for. Well, this is basically, I think, it. Did I forget something? No, I don't think so. So anyway, this is the new PCB with no name, and I will put it on Tindy, and if you like it, you can get it from there. Oh, it has 4 digital in-outs. I use 1 digital for the NeoPixel for the data out, and it also has 3 analog inputs / outputs. One of the analog inputs I'm using for the Wu meter, and you could technically also use this as a stereo Wu meter. You would just to have connect the second NeoPixel strip to another digital out and use the second audio in for the right channel or left right channel or dual channel. So you could use that as well. You could also use this at home. It doesn't have to be in the car, obviously. So I think it is a nice little useful code PCB, and the option to upload code wirelessly to it, that's of course another plus. So this is it anyway. Thanks for watching if you made it this far, and I talk to you on the next one. Take care everybody.